by the failure of Sonics and 17 to take the position in the grand finals. They're getting up close a little bit too early, and there goes 11% of Fantasy Choices captains. Lou committing to get the spray down to secure the flush, but he's a little bit on edge. He's a little bit aware. He knows there's likely a teammate around here somewhere, but he will secure the flush. Himas, the first player down.
I just wanted to highlight that because very often we've talked about them being that team that will come in quite late, and they've been doing a pretty good job of it. They were...
Ketpa.
Yeah.
Too close to the sun.
I have to imagine that they're not going to be getting away with this one. I don't even know if maybe they'll be the 16th team in this round. They'll be the first one eliminated.
Yeah, FaZe and 4AM both looking like their first game is coming to an abrupt end at the hands of Legacy and Twisted Minds, and even potentially one another. A bit of a fate that was difficult to avoid with 4AM. They were looking for a wide wrap rotation, but they were caught off by Twisted Minds. FaZe tried to jump on the opportunity,
they look good.
but a long-range grenade from Gizera, a perfect bounce, takes down both Jeems and Vex, and surely that rings the bell for FaZe Clan.
Yeah, 2 for the price of 1. Gustav to try to save the day, and maybe even just to try to get one more point out of it. Could he find that flush, that finish onto RBN? I don't think so. Gizera is pushing his way forward, and that should be the end of Gustav when the headshot comes through, and that is that. FaZe indeed are eliminated.
Wow. Gen.G popping the emergency parachute gives them a lifeline, but the options are so severely limited, especially for teams like Bleed and Walitai down to the south, as now TSM, coming late out of the blue zone into Picardo, get the drop on 4AM once again.
Yeah, Luke 12 going to start things off nicely for TSM, and you've got to remember 4AM, if they've been counting the kill feed, only down to the 1 member left alive. Surely TSM aware of that this early in the game. Rex is going to drop to Ming from Pero, and Walitai are on their way forward as well. This is going to get really messy very quickly for Gen.G. They need to hit some shots on this rotation. Walitai are in the thick of things, and Latte has got that knock onto Ada. There's some nades that are going to get tossed back in their direction, but the first one thrown by VLTH. It doesn't matter. Gen.G demolished them out of nowhere.
Oh, Walitai almost took them back in response. Barpo, single-digit hit points to survive the grenade. Somehow in all of this, Gen.G emergency parachuting onto a shack turns out to not be a terrible play, but Bleed getting full sent into by New Happy.
Yeah, this is crazy. They've got the knocks onto Seymour and Happy. They're ready to go. It seems like Bleed down on numbers, and New Happy are hunting like sharks in the water for some food, and they are finding it. Longsko wins the duel against Orcarin, and that might just be it for Bleed. Trick's going to toss a grenade out. It might just catch him. It will, but surely it's not enough. Nan still alive and kicking.
It's 1v1. They'll both get the chance to heal, fall back into the compound. But there is third parties creeping their way forwards. Meanwhile, in Picardo, 4AM and TSM still committing to the fight. Xiaopian is just destroying them, but Alo from beyond the grave will take down the man himself and 2 of his teammates with a blue zone grenade.
Oh dear.
A sacrifice he had to make.
Oh dear.
A sacrifice he had to make to get out of there in one piece, but he won't be able to get very far before Twisted Minds in the arena take him out.
Tell you what, this game started slow, but it has gone absolutely bananas from that point onwards. New Happy and Bleed both managed to get 1 res, it has to be said. So, chance for another one, potentially. Trick for Orcarin. Longsko's going to push his way forward. He knows surely where the last player is. There's another shot from across the lane. Happy trying to keep it alive. Molotov through, pushes him back, but it won't matter. Longsko wins the duel, and New Happy survive. Bleed out of the picture in 13th.
The reposition from Longsko. He has absolutely no right. That Molotov should have forced him off the angle from behind the box. It should have spelled his demise, but the reposition, and he just destroys Happy.
It might still be demise, though, to be fair, for New Happy. LFP from Legacy is pushing his way forward. He's being careful about it. Smokes in. By the looks of things, enough to keep New Happy safe.
For now. But the blue zone will not do them any favors. None has been revived, so at the best it's a points deny. Unless LFP can find him creeping and crawling around in the smoke, he's just 1 room over. Longsker now exchanging some of those rainbow nades up over the top. 1 will land, but not close enough.
Surely they've heard each other at this point in time. LFP has been heard by Longsker, there's no doubt about that. Look at that angle, he's too clean at the moment. Single-handedly keeping New Happy at the top of the scoreboard.
That's the case, and Twisted Minds, they know the competition is weakened, this is the team that they said stole first place from them, and they're here to take it back.
Yeah, Twisted Minds are definitely a team on a mission at the moment. You can see they're playing with confidence and they're looking to push their way forward anytime they sense an opportunity. Thing is, though, have they put themselves into a bit more of an awkward spot now that they're on the other side, on the receiving end of the Pero onslaught? Aches left already with that initial knock onto Perfectix, and the push is in. Pero are out for blood. They smell it in the water. Lou pops his head up and gets it chopped off as well. Although there was that trade back, a couple of them from Twisted Minds. Perfectix is low. He's probably going to go down here, but still Twisted Minds could get through the fight.
This angle from Batulins could be absolutely massive. A beautifully placed grenade, and he takes down Summer as well. The revive must be called off. The push pushes through, and Chewy over the top will take down Lou. Perfectis will bleed out, but Twisted Minds up to 9.
Yeah, they're keeping themselves in the mix, and look at the entire side of the map that they've now been able to clear out. Everything else is kicking off on the east, and we haven't really spoken too much about Falcons. I was going to mention them when that circle pushed in. They were in a pretty good spot. So again, another opportunity for a team that's been under the weather a little bit, let's say, to maybe start the day well and continue the roll on with that momentum. You do have to get past VP, who's another team that's been absolutely dominating. It's a battle of the smokes at the moment between the two teams, and everyone's just tossing nades back and forth, hoping for the best.
150 kills for Perfectix. But first of all, Mime out into the blue zone. Cannot defeat Quizzy. Nixie with the P90. He picked that up 20 minutes ago. And Jacob just pokes his head over, wants to try and find an opportunity to third party. Gets sat back down immediately.
Yeah, I'm not going to want to relive that spray. Could have been a different story if he would have picked up the initial knock onto VP. Could still beat Rello, though. Also, a bit of a whiff onto Quizzy. There's going to be a couple more shots through, though. Flood trying to save the day. Snakers very, very low on HP, is going to have to back off, and that will probably mean Flood will have to as well. Unfortunately for Falcons, they've lost too much positioning. Quizzy, he's going to survive.
He's got to hold it. If he gets off this revive for even a millisecond, his teammate's gone down. He has to, though, because the push from E-Arena, they found their way around the ridge, out of line of sight from Twisted Minds. It forces Nixie over the top, and Snakers will clean him up.
Hang on a minute.
Jacob answers back immediately, and now there's a fight down towards the south as Hakatori goes down to Tigger.
At this point, who on earth is going to walk away with this game right now? Na'Vi are in a seriously wounded state. Gen.G 3, Twisted Minds 3, Na'Vi out. Is it E-Arena? Who are holding on to a fantastic position. Yeah, this could really be the saving grace, actually, for E-Arena, because it was the combined force of Twisted Minds and Gen.G that was stopping them from moving. If it's only one, and especially now if Gen.G collapse upon Twisted Minds, that's really going to open the door up for E-Arena. Another headshot onto Lou after they've just lost Batulins, and Rex now coming over the top of the ridge. Twisted Minds are done for, surely, at this point, and it's exactly as I've said. E-Arena, now's their time. Now they can move, and Gen.G have allowed that. E-Arena and Gen.G, the last two alive in Game 1 of the final stage of PGS 4. It's 4-on-3.
As soon as the weakness is shown from Twisted Minds, E-Arena makes the play, hop in the vehicles, send it forwards, and now they have the center of the zone, the positioning, and the numbers in a 4 versus 3 against Gen.G.
Yeah, 5 kills for E-Arena so far, 5 for Gen.G. Still a bunch of points on offer for both to start things off. It's always fantastic to start off on the right foot. E-Arena, I don't know if you could argue, maybe have a bit more of a difficult time here with that low ground position. Obviously, Zizzy's able to provide Overwatch, but for only so long. How far does his impact stretch? There's a nice knock from Lyrix onto Rex. That's one of the worst players to drop as well for Gen.G. He's out on the outskirt, quite close to E-Arena. I'm not sure that there's a res angle in here.
The good thing for E-Arena is they don't need to get over-aggressive to push this, but the good news is for us that it's an APAC team, so of course they're going to do it anyway. Lyrix secures the flush with a grenade over the top. Jacob tries to peek around the side, has to dodge the grenade, but a re-peek anyway, and Tosi gets demolished. Barpo now 1 versus 4 for Gen.G, and there's nothing at all that he can do. Tigger over the top will secure game number 1 for the team out of Thailand that no one expected to perform this well.
Yeah.